Happy Tuesday!
Hi, she's Chrissy.
And she's Sissy.
And we're
Chrissy&Sissy.
So, hello everyone. We're back with another video. Before we get started, go ahead, subscribe, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, as well as make sure you're following us on all our social media platforms, which are at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, make sure that you share this video. Invite somebody to virtual Chrissy&Sissy Sunday School, all right?
Yes.
So we just want to say we love you all. Last time I checked, were we at 118 subscribers?
Yes, we are just
we owe y'all
growing in the Lord
giveaway. So make sure to stay tuned for that giveaway.
We got to get the giveaway together.
And then we're going to announce it. We're going to announce that giveaway in the new fiscal year.
The new year.
Yes.
Awesome. This Sunday school lesson, of course, is a continuation of lesson 1 and 2.
Still awesome.
Still awesome. We're still talking about Joseph. But this week, and I'm so sorry, we're going to jump right into the Sunday school lesson. Did I not say that? No, I did not. Jumping right into the lesson. The topic of our Sunday school lesson for Sunday, September 20th is when loving is complicated. When loving is complicated. So basically, for our young people, what this lesson is talking about is it's talking about forgiveness. It's talking about forgiveness. It's talking about when people hurt us. You know, people hurt us all the time. Sometimes they hurt us on purpose. Sometimes it's not intentional. You know, either way, forgiveness is still needed. We still have to forgive people. Let's just kind of like start off by just thinking of ways that we can demonstrate forgiveness when people hurt us. Once again, whether it's intentional or not intentional. That does not say that it feels any different, that your hurt is any less painful if it's not intentional. But let's talk about how we as little bitty saints are to demonstrate forgiveness. What are some ways that we can demonstrate forgiveness?
Well, we can. Well, when you demonstrate forgiveness, one, you're not going to hold a grudge. And you're not going to show, if this makes sense, respect of persons. So if I'm mad and I haven't forgiven, let's say, Chrissy, but I am still cool with my best friend Jasmine, then if they were in the same room and I'm passing out little cupcakes, the grudge in me is going to hold it against Chrissy and say, well, I haven't forgiven her yet, so I'm just going to give a cupcake to Jasmine. So when you show that you've forgiven, you're not going to hold grudges. You still go love everybody. And one thing we ought to do and always do is to pray. Because sometimes, even if it's not by accident, when you not asking, when somebody don't forgive you or you don't forgive somebody or they hurt you or whatever, like what we was trying to say. So sometimes you got to pray for that person to, you know I hurt people feelings sometimes just because sometimes how assertive I can be. And it's not intentional. So, you know, you just pray for that person. Or sometimes people could be hurt. And they hurt you because they hurt. Hurt people hurt people.
Hurt people, right.
So, yes.
One thing that I thought of, one example that I thought, the way that we do all the time, maybe it's intentional, maybe it's not intentional when we do this. If I walk into a room and I'm upset with Sissy and say Jasmine is sitting there, I will just walk in and I will say, hey y'all, how y'all doing? And then when Sissy can start talking to me about something, and then I just ignore her, and then when Jasmine repeats it, then I'll be like, yes, Jas, that's so correct. Yeah, we're going down to wherever we're going, and just totally ignoring the fact that she's even in the room.
That's true.
That is still holding something against people. So remembering to love people unconditionally, loving always, and doing unto others as you would have them do unto you, even though they may have wronged you. Still being sweet, humble, and polite in your little saved, sanctified soul. So go ahead and talk about how Joseph.
So we're talking about Joseph. One thing that stuck out to me in the lesson, and I've already kind of told the story, but last week we were in the prison, so Joseph was in the prison. Now, he has this big important position, as the lesson put it, as the junior lesson put it, in Egypt, and now there's a famine in the land that Joseph saw in a dream. He interpreted from a dream. So now that has come to pass, and there's a famine. So what happens now? He sees his brothers, the ones that maybe tried to kill him, but then once they know that he got sold into slavery, he was in the pit. All these are the same brothers. And one thing that stuck out to me was this was 20 years later that Joseph saw his brother. That in like the church, we hear people they still
bless me.
Oh, bless you.
I had to sneeze last time we've been recorded.
Just go ahead and let it out. So again, why do people hold grudges, especially when they are in the church? Because we can say, "Oh, I'm good, I'm over it," but now here comes, almost like Joseph's test. What are you gonna do? Your brothers are coming to you. They need you because they have to eat. And here they are in your face. What are you going to do? You got this high position. Are you going to abuse your power? Because people sometimes do that. Are you going to abuse your power? Are you going to maybe have them killed? Make them suffer? Oh, they can't get any food? So this is why love is complicated. And then I want to talk about this for a little bit. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I said love is an action verb. And as a school teacher, when you have a verb and then it's, an action verb, that means walk, run. Sometimes verbs are hard to do. Not everybody can walk. Babies can't walk. They have to learn how to walk. You have to learn how to ride a bike. You have to learn how to, again, run. You have to learn how to cook. All these different verbs. So love is the same way. Even when love get complicated and it may seem like it's difficult, we still have to love. That's why you have to pray, because sometimes it can be a process. Lord, help me to love this person, because it's easy to love somebody who do everything for me, but when somebody has hurt me, somebody has wronged me, Lord, help me to love them. So that's why this lesson about love being complicated. What is it? Oh, when loving is complicated. I want to say when loving you is wrong, and I want to say love is complicated. But yeah, when loving is complicated. There can be time. Yeah, there can be time where loving, loving somebody can be a little complicated, because it's like, how do I love these people? Like in Joseph's case, how do I love my brothers that wanted me dead? They care nothing about me. Even though they sold me into slavery, that's basically my death sentence. They didn't care what happened.
They meant me harm. They
didn't lie to my dad. Well,
he didn't know what they had said to the dad. But I think about that. Even when he saw his brothers coming, and he recognized them, but they didn't know. They didn't know who he was. That was like the perfect opportunity. If he had any type of bitterness or anything in his heart, he had the power and the authority to say, throw them in jail, execute them. He had that authority. But what did he do when he saw his brothers? He began to cry because of the love that he had for them. I mean,
he really loved his brothers.
I don't know if within his heart he was praying, God, give me an opportunity to see my brothers again, God. I want to see them, God. I want them to be near me. I mean, he broke down and cried. And then his question to them was, how is your father? Is he still? He had genuine love for them. And then he began to question them about Benjamin. He began to immediately, he just was kind of like doing like a checkup on the family. Wanted to make sure that everybody's okay and everybody was well. No hurt, no anger, or any of that he displayed. And I just think that this lesson is just an awesome opportunity. And like Sissy was saying, the word forgiveness is an action verb, just like the word love is an action verb. You can't say that you forgive me, but then your actions display bitterness against me. You know, so it's kind of like saying, me telling you that I'm sorry, but then when you see me coming, you're throwing rocks at me. But I forgive you. I love you. That's not what you're showing me. This lesson is just awesome. The memory verse is great. Genesis 45:5 says, "Now therefore be not grieved nor angry with yourselves that ye sold me. For God did send me before you to preserve life." So he's telling them, once this brothers found out who he was, he's saying to them, don't be upset with yourself. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. God had a purpose. God sent me because God knew that the famine was coming. So God had to send me so that I would be in position to save your lives in this time. Is that not just awesome?
It's almost like when you know God's purpose. Like, even now, God, why did you have this person? Why did you let this person scorn me or write me off or stone me or hurt my feelings? And we got to be like Joseph. This what you did to me. You got to tell those people that did you wrong, or basically, yeah, you did that. I forgive you. But you had to do that in order for me to grow. Because if you would have never did that, it's like I would never grow. If they would have never wronged Joseph, there would be no Israelites, to come. So it's almost like knowing that, all things work for my good.
All things work. And that is one thing that's kind of hard, especially when you're experiencing things, when you're going through certain things. It hurts. And you want to know why, but then once you go through it, you look back and you say, oh, that had to happen to me so that this could happen. It's kind of like if you've ever, since we're dealing basically with the young people, if you've ever had a best friend, and then for whatever reason, that best friend's family, maybe dad get a job out of town, and then your best friend all of a sudden is gone. You're crushed. Sure, we started off trying to keep in touch, but then eventually you lose contact. You're sad. You're missing your friend. God, why did my friend leave? And then as you get older, something happens, and then you say, oh, I had to meet Sarah so that I will be prepared for this. So Sarah's purpose in life was to come into my life to teach me how to do trigonometry. That was her purpose. She came, she helped me with trigonometry, and she left. That was her purpose. I just experienced something like, not like somebody coming and teach and doing the trigonometry, but somebody coming whom I love so dearly, and I hope he's okay, coming into my life for 2 years. I was crushed. He moved on. Then I finally realized, oh, his purpose was he came, God sent him for this purpose. He fulfilled his purpose. We introduced him to Christ, and then it was time for him to move. All the time we don't understand why these things happen, but they happen. And it's not to hold a grudge or say, well, you hurt me, you mistreated me. Maybe it was meant for that person to hurt you or mistreat you to teach you patience, to teach you obedience, to teach you how to forgive. There's a reason for everything. Even when things get complicated, even when things are hard, we are yet to love. We are yet to forgive. That's what God does. That's what Christ does. Think about us. How many times have we hurt God? How many times have we turned our back on God? How many times have we done things out of the will of God? But he yet loves us. And when we repent, he's standing there with open arms, ready to receive us back.
Literally how Joseph was.
Literally how Joseph was.
And everything.
That's why he greeted them, prepared a feast.
They thought, ooh, something bad about that. But I think that was just the most amazing part to me as well. That, and that's how people that are not saved are going to look at us that person did this wrong thing to you. I've had people do me wrong on a job, but I had to remember there were people watching, saying, okay, how did, Jamise handle that situation? How did Sissy handle that situation? And then, like she was saying, that situation could happen to show somebody else, okay, but you know what? Sissy always talking about God and, she seems like she have a peace with her. Because if anybody go through that, I want to meet the man that helps her go through that. So, everything has a purpose. We gotta love. It always go back to love.
Everything goes back to love.
Yeah, so this has been a great Sunday school video. That went by so fast.
It did.
It went by so fast. I'm looking at the time. It went by so fast. But again, we thank you all for watching the Sunday school video. Please tune in on Thursday. We gonna have. You want to talk about it, or you want them to be surprised? When the video drops.
Just be surprised.
When the video drops Thursday.
I don't know what's going on Thursday. Oh, yeah. It's going to be good. We're going to be talking
about drop Thursday.
It's going to drop.
If y'all want to see my teacher life, y'all can let me know. Because y'all about to see somebody else's life.
I think that she should do something.
If I do, it's going to be in like November.
Okay, well, I want to apologize to you. Last week, I watched the video from last week. I had to sneeze the entire time. I don't know what was going on, but I had to sneeze like the entire time. I was making like all these facial expressions.
My hair just look, it's still long, because it don't look like this in person, but yeah.
I don't know. She's having hair issues. I'm having hair issues. I'm kind of sun-kissed from spending like a lot of time outside, but...
And y'all will see why.
I wouldn't take anything forward.
Y'all will see why she's been sun-kissed. And on that note, this has been a great video. Nothing else is left to be said. Y'all know what to do because it's at the bottom of the screen. And on that note, happy studying. Go ahead and get this edit.
Why